Hi, I'm Dr. John Izzo, and I'm so excited that you're considering me for your upcoming event and my talk, The Power of Connection, Creating Belonging in the New World of Work. Over the last 30 years, I've spoken to over 1 million people in person around the globe and helped over 750 organizations achieve more sustainable success. And I can't wait to have the opportunity to work with you. Now, I can't think of anything more important today in the world of work than creating a true sense of belonging, connection, and community with the people who work for us and with us. Because belonging, that experience of belonging and connection, is deeply connected to some things we care a lot about as leaders. When people experience that sense of belonging and connection, they are more productive, they perform better, they're more engaged, they're more likely to stay, they're more innovative. In other words, when people experience that sense of belonging, that's when the magic happens. Yet in a recent survey, while 85% of employees said it was very important to them to be able to bring their full self to work and experience that deep sense of belonging and connection, only 45%, just slightly more than half, said they were actually experiencing that in the world of work. I call that the belonging gap. And if we can address that gap, it can make all the difference. Now, there's several reasons why it's harder to create belonging and community than ever. First of all, we have a young workforce, millennials and Gen Zs, for whom that sense of belonging is so important to them that if they don't experience it, they'll leave pretty quick. Just recently, a young Gen Z told me that she left a new job after 10 days, because she wasn't feeling that deep sense of belonging and connection. And she didn't even have another job lined up. That's how important it was to her. Second, many of the opportunities we had to naturally create belonging and community and connection are not as available to us now in a more hybrid and virtual workplace. So we have to work even harder and be more intentional about creating that sense of connection. And finally, we have a more diverse workforce than ever. And that's, of course, a great thing. And the research shows it can be a very powerful accelerator in an organization. But in a more diverse workplace, it's even more important that we create a workplace where people can be different and can differ and create that sense of belonging. In fact, almost all the benefits of diversity are lost if we don't experience that sense of connection and belonging. Now, in my talks, I'm going to do three important things. First, I'm going to show your audience why belonging is so important. Second, I'm going to show them how employees and team members define belonging and how that differs across various groups. And third, and most importantly, I'm going to leave your audience with practical, actionable ideas they can do as a leader and a team lead right away to create more belonging and connection and community for those who work for them. Now, if you're going to work with me, you have a right to know what my style is. First of all, I'm a storyteller. I tell lots of stories, not stories about myself, but real stories of real people and real organizations around this theme of belonging and creating connection. Second, I'm going to also appeal to those left-brain people with just enough statistics and facts so that they know that this is important and they know how employees define belonging. And finally, I'm going to customize my talk to your audience and your organization. One of the things I am most proud of in my career is that so many organizations have brought me back for repeat business. In some cases, I'm not exaggerating, some companies have brought me back 70 or 80 times into the same organization and often to the same audience 3 to 5 times. Because that's how hard I work to make sure that my talks are different each time I speak to a different audience, customized around your needs and your challenges. So we have a belonging gap in the workplace today. If we can close that gap and help people experience that sense of community and connection, magic happens. And I'd love to help you and your organization and your audience have that success. I hope I get to work with you.